From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
You can let me inside. You can keep me in chains. You can leave me stride. From that I take the way. You can let me inside. You can keep me in chains.
It's the week of Friday, October 16th, 2015, and it's a Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's show is brought to you by Parachute, an online luxury bedding brand based in Venice Beach. They've created a line of everyday bedding essentials from sheets to duvet inserts to enhance your sleep experience. Parachute's bedding is premium quality and toxic-free, meaning there are no harmful chemicals or synthetic finishes used like in most bedding. This is like the Portland of bedding. It's all
Yeah.
all good, except not as crunchy.
Wait, so our current bedding has toxins in it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's basically plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Seattle of bedding.
Who else offers high-quality, luxurious bedding that you can afford? Can you even name the brand of sheets you have? Whatever Target's is.
Sheet. Yeah.
Egyptian cat.
Parachute found a void in the market and really set out to make buying sheets an enjoyable experience. You can head over to their website, parachutehome.com/relevant, and Parachute will give you free shipping on your first order with Relevant. That's parachutehome.com/relevant and enter Relevant for free shipping at checkout to start sleeping better today. Like I said, I'm your host, Cameron. Here with me in our Orlando studios, sitting in for Eddie Koffeltz, John David Harris.
Greetings.
Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, Jeremiah Dunlap.
Great to be here.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And all the way from Portland, Oregon, Joy Eggridge.
Present.
So we are recording at the wrong time. We're recording mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Because Jesse has been laying on his parachute linens all day with splitting migraines. Not because of the parachute linens.
They were soaking.
They almost like solved the problem for him.
Yeah, I mean, you could go as far as to say they cured me. I'm going to go Dr. Oz on this thing and promise you that they'll cure medical illness. No, yeah, I've had a really
rough day.
Unfortunate migraine, but I'm going to power through. If my energy level is a little low, that's why. But I'm going to, this is what's called a rally cap situation.
It's MLB postseason. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like, look, everyone's worn. Yeah, this time of year, everyone's worn down. Sometimes you just have to do what you got to do and get up on the ball field.
Yeah.
Now you just moved, didn't you? Or
I did. Yeah, just a few weeks ago.
Do you think the exhaustion, the mental and physical exhaustion you're feeling is because of that?
I honestly, I feel like I've actually gotten pretty good sleep lately. I have no idea. Like I get these migraines. They're hereditary, the kind that I get.
How do you know that?
Well, according to the neurologist.
Oh, so you don't know that.
Yeah. And also a lot of my master's research has taught me that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably the double stuffed Oreos followed by the Twinkies for breakfast that might have something to do with that.
I agree to disagree on this one. It has to do with mattress toxins.
I don't know much about your new house, but I know when you moved into your old one, you did little things, fixed up a few things, and you opened doors and closets and things, and you found some secret hatches and stuff.
Yeah.
Is this house, have you discovered anything special about this one?
I haven't, not anything fanciful like that. I haven't found any passageways into other dimensions with oddly placed tape around them. But I do have, this is true, I have a fox that I think is living under my deck.
That's awesome.
A large...
What does it say?
Is it fantastic?
It is fantastic. It says, yip, 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 you, when I go out there.
2 fox jokes in a row.
But I have no idea, how to handle this situation, because I call the local animal control.
I just got your joke. What does the fox say?
Oh, come on, Cameron. You are way behind.
Come on.
Jesse got it, and he had a migraine.
I was thinking about my Fantastic Mr. Fox reference. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He was writing 1 point for Cameron.
So I called animal control, and they don't seem all that concerned. Which I feel like if you work for the city's animal control, this is like your main job is catching foxes.
Yeah, like controlling the animals. It's in your name.
Well, our fox foxes? Is that how you say it? Foxes, are they
Fox eye.
dangerous at all?
They can be.
They can nip at your heels?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like an animal, and I have like a toddler.
Oh, they nip at toddlers. They totally nip at toddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, to your point, they need to change their name. If they're not going to control the wild animal population, then just be, animal observers or something.
Right.
Because they're doing nothing to control it. So I'm forced to take matters into my own hands at this point.
Well, you belong in Florida. We live in the weirdest state in the union.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very
and
weird.
we have the issue of like urban coyotes roaming neighborhoods. We have urban peacocks roaming downtown.
Yeah.
Urban peacocks.
We have
they're crazy.
Dude, you go around the Thornton Park near downtown, and they're just strutting their stuff.
Yep.
all over
Like
the
for
place.
real, they're urban, or they escaped from the zoo and then no one did anything?
There are wild peacocks that have infested downtown Orlando.
It's crazy. They're like everywhere with their giant tails and
And they don't even care. They're flaunting it left
Yeah.
and right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's what they do.
they're peacocking.
Can I just say that the urban peacock and the urban coyote both sound like cool bar names?
But here's the other problem. Out in the suburbs, we've got some suburban bears. And a lot of the neighborhoods are like regularly having bears like break into the back porches and obviously go through the trash. Bears have because they're protected, they've become so prevalent that they've left the woods and the parks and they've gone into the neighborhoods. So starting this month, they're having bear hunts in Florida.
Yeah.
What?
So
I mean, what's the big deal though? They just nip at your heels. You know?
but like that's what I'm saying. You up there in your Virginia, you're letting foxes rule the day. Down here in Florida, we don't tolerate that stuff.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go shoot everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's even legal to kill a fox here, but and I'm not saying I'm planning on killing it. I'm just saying if it's me or him, it's going to be him. and I've said this before. I don't need Uncle Sam telling me what kind of wildlife I can and cannot domesticate.
Just get a BB gun. That doesn't kill them. It just kind of scares them. And
Or it's like we talked about when people were caught on tape riding a moose across a lake, or commandeering a manatee. Whatever. If it's on my property,
Right.
and it starts subjecting itself to my will,
Right.
it's my animal at that point. And that's God's law, not man's.
Yeah.
See, the animal thinks he's got squatters' rights, though.
Yeah.
He thinks by going on he's claimed your deck.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? To be honest, he's not wrong. So I'm going to come to a compromise. He's going to do my bidding for me. In exchange, he gets to live under that deck. I also want to say this doesn't mean that there aren't secret passages literally all over this house.
It's true.
Just because I haven't taken the time to look for them.
The fox might be coming in and out of one.
Yeah.
You know?
you just see a little red paw waving through the vent.
Well, that's the thing. If he could talk and wear a silly hat, for all I know, when he crosses to the other side, he could be like a Mr. Tumnus, wherever he's going in and out of under that deck. I think the answer is for me to get down there with him. There's one thing I know about foxes. If you corner yourself in a place that they feel very territorial of and just start screaming things at it,
They'll let you into their
well,
world. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It will show you where it's coming in and out of. Fox 101.
Well, this week on the show, we have a great show coming up. We talk with best-selling author and spoken word artist Jefferson Bethke. He has a new book out called It's Not What You Think. Also coming up, we have a special in-studio performance by The Brilliants.
They're back.
If you remember, a few months ago, we had 2 songs by The Brilliants. Well, they recorded 3. What do we do the third one? It's today.
Yep.
There you go.
Boom.
It's going to be a good show. Before we move on, though, I noticed something as we were warming up for the show, as we were prepping. I was checking Twitter. I like to check the tweets from time to time.
Sure.
And a lot of the tweets are about things that happened on the show last week. Sometimes they're answering the question of the week. And every once in a while, a tweet will specifically ask a question of one of the cast members on the show. Like they need life advice or they're doing something and they thought, okay, Eddie, what should I do about this?
Yeah.
Well, we got one just now.
Oh.
Just showed up.
Right now.
It was maybe in the last hour.
Oh.
I just saw it. So, I thought it'd be good to answer them from time to time. It's time for...
Ask the cast anything you want, and we'll use our brains to answer.
All right. First time. Who's it from?
Reagan Fleming. She tweeted at Jesse a question. I thought we should lob it to him. It says, she says, to the king of pranks at ORU, how would you suggest I make my college experience enjoyable at said college? Apparently she's going to ORU. Jesse, do you have any tips for Regan Fleming.
Well, I feel like, she's kind of addressing the prank thing. And because pranks make everything more enjoyable.
Right.
Everything from your day-to-day life to a YouTube video. If there's a prank in a YouTube video, you're going to stick through to the end.
That's true.
know?
Yeah, of course.
Although, except for people like me, I always cringe if I know a prank is coming. I feel bad for the victim of the prank.
Well, see, that's the thing. Okay, so I was going to give one key. The first thing is to be heartless. You can't think twice about what you're doing.
So your key, your first tip on how to make her college experience enjoyable at ORU, be heartless.
Yeah, be heartless. Ignore that, thing in your conscience that's saying this is not a funny idea. This is going to hurt somebody emotionally. Ignore that. Suppress it.
The voice of the Holy Spirit, some might call it. Some would say the conscience. You're saying ignore it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, you have you have a limited time to build memories that you're going to think about for a lifetime. Great sort of stuff.
That's true.
You have a limited window. You have 4 years at college.
Yeah. Well,
you have the rest of your life to make amends with the people that you ticked off. It's a matter of math.
that is a lot of pressure, though, because it's almost like there's a lot of people that kind of took their academics seriously for the first few years, didn't really make the most of their college experience, and then they get to be a senior and they have to cram 4 years of tomfoolery into 1 year.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not sustainable.
No, you got to pace yourself.
Yeah, and your judgment can't be clouded with what is in poor taste and puts people physically at danger. You can't do that. You just have to do the prank and see how it goes.
Right.
So my second tip is that we have a thing in culture that if for people that want to have these cool experiences, they're just gonna have to get over. You can't always be there for the payoff. A lot of this is for your psychological enjoyment. Okay?
Yeah.
So, if there's a prank that you don't get to see the outcome of, that you don't hide and see, that's okay. You just have to know that it really ticked people off.
See, that's don't they catch most arsonists at the scene of the fire?
Yeah, exactly.
Watching his. So you're saying you got to resist the urge and just move on and know that it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking if you remove a shower curtain or just cut the shower curtain at waist length. You don't have to wait for the people to show up to the shower to get enjoyment out of. It's funny just because you did it, Or when you hide an alarm clock in the ceiling to go off multiple times in the night. All you have to, it just has to be funny in your head.
Right.
If you walk into someone's room and unleash a blood-curdling scream and just run away, turning their lights on the way out, it's just funny. Just the thought of them.
Right.
You don't have to actually witness the prank.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
My favorite one of those is take a smoke alarm, like a smoke detector that has a full battery in it, and just hide it somewhere in the house. Because 6 months later,
when the battery starts to go down,
and you're like, what?
My entire house doesn't have any smoke detectors. Because last year at the Halloween party, we had the fog machine going and sets them all off.
Sure.
So I had to run around and take them all down. Haven't put them back up yet.
And the Halloween party is coming up again.
Yeah, and now I'm looping all the way around. The Halloween party is almost here again, so just keep them down.
Right.
Just keep them down.
Yeah. We're fog machine safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And look, you've made it this year without having a fire emergency.
Why change now?
Yeah.
Let's say, it seems to me like the odds are in your favor. And like you said, the arsonist is going to return, so you know who to pin it on later.
Exactly.
So what's the big deal?
That shadowy figure across the street, just watching. Yep, that's him.
It's him.
Yep.
He did it.
That shadowy figure with the Molotov cocktail. I got a bad feeling about that guy. Something in my gut telling me something's afoot over there.
Any other tips for Regan Fleming about making her college experience at ORU more enjoyable?
Anything involving live animals is funny. You don't want to hurt the animal, but if you we had a guy do this. He had his outdoor balcony was right next to a tree, so he was able to, the old shoebox thing, capture a squirrel, and you just put it in somebody's room when they go to class. You don't have to tell them there's a squirrel. You don't have to hide out. Just knowing that there's a squirrel nesting somewhere in their room and they're going to cross paths eventually should give you pretty good satisfaction. So it's just about, the psychological enjoyment of day-to-day life, knowing that you've got all these little ticking time bomb pranks going on around campus.
good.
You always have a grin on your face.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you have to remember too, what Jesse's saying about it's going to be hard not to gloat and tell people cool what you did. Because if you do, then you have to be prepared that someone's going to up the ante and do something worse, and you can't be a poor sport about that.
Right.
Well, no, I disagree. You can be. You can get irrationally mad and scream at someone, or you can just take it up a notch. Like, if you cut the shower curtains and they do it to you, this time you go back for the entire stall. You need a screwdriver, a 3-man crew, and it needs to be in the middle of the night. But it's going to be an awkward morning for someone having any kind of stomach issue.
So this is good because you hear about pranks more in the men's dorms than you do the women. So this is good. We're helping Reagan be a trailblazer.
I want her to write back about which one she's attempted too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, well that's some good tips. That's some good tips, Reagan. Make the most of it.
Good luck.
No pressure. You're going to remember these 4 years for the rest of your life.
Also, can I throw out one more?
Oh yeah, a little bonus tip.
This one I never actually did, but I kind of regret it now. So ORU is, for people who are unfamiliar, is a Christian school. There's chapel multiple times a week, and I feel like this before you get any chapel. It's the one thing about going to like a ministry service is people are always super nice. They kind of have to be.
Sure.
Like it's part of the church experience. I want her just to join the praise band unsolicited during one chapel. or just walk down the aisle and whisper in the worship leader's ear that she has a special song just to see what they do. Because if you're a freshman, they're going to be nice to you. And it's going to be awkward for everyone involved. Just be willing to go through your special song if they say it's okay. It might not work, but you're not going to get in trouble because they think that you just want to be a part of the service, but it will be funny for everyone.
Yeah.
They'll be memorable.
Yep.
That's the key. Making memories. All right, that'll do it for
Ask the cast anything you want, and we'll use our brains to answer.
Moving the show along. It's time for our new segment where we look back at what's happening this week in entertainment and culture. It's time for
In case you missed it.
We got a few items this week. Longtime listeners might know that I'm a huge fan of vinyl. Yeah. Vinyl is my preferred way to buy and experience music. And I'd like to say, happily, that the vinyl comeback is stronger than ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Every time I go in the shop, more people there. Now that streaming, all that's happening, there's more people at the record store. I love it. According to a recently released mid-year report from the RIAA, sales of vinyl records are up by more than 52% compared to last year.
That's great.
The report, which only looked at new record sales, not used ones, which would add even more to it, showed that sales of actual records were almost half of the total of that of CD revenue.
No way.
Bringing in over $229 million in the last 6 months. Unsurprisingly, though, physical music sales as a whole, all in, continue to fall as more people are turning to streaming music. So.
How rarely does it happen that like technology from 30 years ago makes a comeback and like takes over for all the new stuff?
Well, the thing that's crazy is it was like, like hipsters are listening to the cassettes, and that's where vinyl was probably 5 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like super niche, but now it's like, normal people are buying record players and enjoying it. There's something about sitting down and having to like flip a record over and it's great.
I can't think of any other situation like where any kind of technology has been anything but completely expired.
Other than ironically, calculator watches came back.
Right,
or something
like
that.
a joke, but like an actual form of something that's a part of your life.
That's
It'd be
true.
like, imagine what computers were 10 years ago and them coming back in 20 years.
That's true.
Know?
Like dial-up modems.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like the cassette thing. People are doing that, I feel like, for the novelty of it, because there's like a nostalgic element for people, for like millennials, because they actually were people who bought tapes back in the day when that was the primary way of consuming physical music. Yeah. But records isn't just a novelty, because they actually have a quality level and a sound that can't be achieved with digital.
And especially streaming.
Yeah, that was my question. Yeah. So I know that like vinyl is a way better sound than like a CD, but a tape is worse than a CD, right? Sound-wise.
Yeah, and a tape also, the more that magnet rubs over it, it wears it down. The quality degrades as you listen to a cassette. That obviously doesn't happen with a vinyl record.
Yeah. Film is starting to do that again in movies. Like the new Star Wars movies being shot on film stock again.
That's true. Yeah, I'm watching Project Greenlight right now on HBO, and there was, the first 3 episodes was a huge debate because the budget was for them to shoot digital, and the filmmaker just demanded that they find money to shoot on
film.
actual film.
Yeah.
And so it was like almost like a commercial for like the quality of a film experience because, you know, all the nuances of how it treats light and the feel of it, they can come close with digital. They can treat digital but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Well, Vince Gill again. I was listening to him talk about
It's Vince
digital.
Gill. Vince Gill.
Oh, Vince Gill. Yeah. He was talking randomly about his greatest hits catalog now on tape. Got some real heartbreakers on there, guys. In case you missed it. No, but Vince Gilligan was, I think he was on Marin, but he was talking about Better Call Saul. He was really pushing for film, but the cinematographers that he was able to land were able to get digital so close, and it would save so much money that he ended up going digital, even though he was like a film purist.
Yeah.
Well, the film cost difference for this little indie film, hour and a half. Was $400,000 to shoot in film. So imagine an entire series. I mean, you're millions of dollars. Yeah. I mean, you just can't. And multiple takes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, can everybody remember their first tape?
Backstreet Boys, Millennial.
No, tape.
Wait, that you bought? You bought that as a tape?
Yeah.
That was in the 90s.
Yeah.
They were selling tapes in the 90s?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I got that. I got Blink-182 on tape.
Oh,
Got
wow.
MXPX on tape.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
From
crazy.
from FYE.
My first tape was the Fat Boys in 1985.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine was Sandy Patty Live. It was
one.
white.
I think it's pronounced Live.
What was your first CD that you bought with your own money?
Star Wars soundtrack. At Sam's Club.
I think the first CD I remember really listening to over and over, my friend Janelle actually gave me, and it was Mary J. Blige.
Oh, man.
So good.
My first CD, I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music. My first CD, I was with my cousin, and we were all out shopping at the outlet malls, and she and I found like the FYE equivalent.
Yeah.
And I bought De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising on CD and snuck it home in my pants.
You didn't like shoplift it, but you snuck it in from
No,
your
I bought
parents.
it, but I had to hide it from my mom.
Right.
I didn't, yeah.
Where in your pants?
Front.
Great.
If he had shoplifted it, he would have been more nervous bringing it back into his house than leaving the store.
I had a friend who was convinced that his mom was going to find his secret secular music stash, you know? And I was like, oh, man, you should definitely get rid of that. It's just not worth the risk, man. And he ended up giving it. Worked. He gave them all to me. It was awesome. I was like, dude, Green Day, Dookie, this is sweet.
Let's see. There's a couple more items. The man known as Kanye's pastor is about to be on reality TV. Oxygen is getting rebooted, like the new Oxygen. The guy who used to head up MTV, so like when the Hills era and all that, he's now taken over Oxygen. So he's kind of rebooting it, the new Oxygen. Yeah. And one of the first shows in this new wave is a reality TV show starring Rich Wilkerson Jr. It's called Rich in Faith. And it follows the pastor and author as he's launching his church in Miami called VU Church. He officiated Kanye and Kim's wedding.
He is a
That's how he got
beautiful
famous.
man.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yes, he is. Here's a clip of the trailer of Rich in Faith.
I'm Rich Wilkerson.
Just look right at me.
I love my life. How sick is this?
Right?
It's beyond anything I ever dreamt it could be.
All day. Every day.
Oh, and did I mention I'm a pastor?
Yeah.
We're on a journey to bring faith to our generation in a whole new way. I come from a different perspective. I don't think people are interested in a bunch of religion, like, tell me what I can and can't do. But I think people are interested in having a relationship with the higher power.
Nothing will be impossible. We're going to do life together.
Yeah.
I'm getting a Choir of the Fire flashbacks.
Yeah, so Jason Kennedy from E! is one of the executive producers, and he kind of helped make that show come together. And it's like, apparently, it's a good show, and you can see what people can do with trailers, and that's unfortunate. But hey,
I hope this show is better than the trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've heard that it is.
Because I'm sure, because he's awesome.
He is, and Jason's great.
Super down to earth guy.
Super down to earth. He's in the next issue of Relevant, and the team that Aaron talked to him multiple times, and just couldn't believe like how grounded he was and how just sincere he was. He just none of this hypey stuff. And this trailer is like, and I'm a pastor. Oh, man.
But wait, he's a pastor.
I just looked him up, and I'm curious because you guys all were like, "Yeah, he's really good looking."
He's no Eric McTaxis.
No,
he's not Metaxas.
Like, what was it about him that all of you guys were like, "Yeah,
His eyes,
he's a good looking dude."
His eyes pierce right
Wait
into your heart.
till you see the article in the new issue. I'll
His
just say
eyes.
that.
He's got a nice smile, like a friendly smile. He also seems to be in great shape, but not like intimidatingly great.
Yeah.
You know?
He doesn't flaunt it.
No, exactly.
It's just toned.
Yeah, it's just who he is, you know?
It's just a natural handsomeness.
Is that specific enough, Joy? Because I could keep
No,
going.
it's good. I'm always curious if there's like one thing that all of you guys like agree upon. So
Jeremiah, let me ask you this: have you peeped the ab situation?
Great question, Jesse. And the answer is obviously yes.
Okay.
I got a good enough look to know that, hey, this guy is down to earth, but takes care of himself.
Yeah.
You know? Right?
All right, this just got weird. This is the final question and answer is just where it went. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Well, sorry, I'm perceptive and have an opinion, Cameron.
About another man's abs.
The question was the odd part, not the answer. Okay, last item, and in case you missed it, filmmaker Wes Anderson. You guys were talking about The Fox and the Hound earlier. He's revisiting the art of stop-motion animation. According to IndieWire, Anderson's next movie will be in a similar style as his 2009 family comedy Fantastic Mr. Fox. Oh. But this one will be about the world of dogs. So Fox and the Hound, Fox,
okay.
dogs, there you go.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum's been in a ton of his movies, and he revealed to Nerdist that he's voicing the dog movie along with Bryan Cranston and Ed Norton. So what's weird is the topic of dogs. If you're familiar with the Wes Anderson catalog, you might remember that he has a contentious relationship with the animal.
Yeah.
A lot of the movies feature dog deaths, canine injuries. Even a dog was drugged. So this probably isn't going to be like, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
It is weird that he chose dogs because he seems to have something against dogs. Like he kills them in a lot of his movies.
Yeah. Maybe that's what this is him just finishing the job.
Yeah.
You know?
All dogs go to heaven.
All dogs go to heaven in this movie.
Yeah.
I do love Jeff Goldblum's voice, though. I feel like he'll be perfect as a dog, and that's not as an insult. I feel like he'll just be very fitting.
Do you like Jeff Goldblum?
I love Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum is in every movie. He's Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
There's a lot of people like that, though.
And that's fine to
it
me.
Works.
I went and watched the original Jurassic Park, and
So
there's
good.
like
so good.
Oh, he's hilarious. Like, I didn't get it when I was younger watching it, and watching him now, I thought it was
Now
really
you get
brilliant.
the adult humor.
Right, now that you're old
Yeah.
enough to be as crazy as Jeff Goldblum is.
No, I really think I'm losing my mind. Like, I've started taking coconut oil because apparently that's supposed to help with our brain. Do you guys know that, like, what? It's true. Like, vegetable oil, all those vegetable oils and stuff that we eat and everything has an impact the most on the memory of our, like, 40 and under right now. And so I think that's why I'm losing my mind.
Okay.
Wait, but you just said that you switched to coconut oil.
So I put coconut oil in my coffee in the morning. It's supposed to help my brain.
All right, well, that'll do it for
In case you missed it.
It's time for entertainment releases. Music coming out next Friday, October 23rd. John Foreman is coming out with The Wonderlands Dawn. So it's a series again.
It's a reboot.
Yep. Vanessa Carlton's coming out with Lieberman. John Mark McMillan is coming out with Live at the Night. It's the back cover ad of the new issue of Relevance. Gorgeous looking, actually.
Yeah.
This album, it's a live album.
I've seen a few of the videos. Are really good.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal live performer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Satellites and Sirens is coming out with Wildfire. Apparently, if there is a wildfire, there'll be a lot of sirens and satellites, kind of find out how it's spreading and stuff.
It's a very scientific album.
Speaking of satellites, I saw The Martian last night.
It's good.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
Well, I saw the 9:40 show on a Monday.
Oh.
So I got home at like 1.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I was like, wow, this is a little longer than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
You know? Really, really good. I think if the commercials weren't trying to play up like, wow, it's funnier than you expect and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I would have been pleasantly surprised, but I expected it to be funnier.
Yeah.
I don't. But anyway.
This isn't funny at all.
And they were like 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe like 85.
Did you see it on a real big screen, or was it just a normal?
It's not on a movie screen. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it on that.
He watched it on his
IMAX.
Apple Watch.
On a 1 to 4 star scale, what do you give it?
I give it a 4. I mean, it's definitely one like you'll want to own. You'll come back to
Yeah, it's
it.
good.
I mean, it's really good.
Yeah.
You can't help with some of the jaw-dropping imagery. You can't help but go, oh yeah, I saw this in Gravity.
Yeah.
You know? I just feel like Gravity kind of stole a little bit of what there would have been even more wow factor had we not seen Gravity, but it was really good. Matt Damon's phenomenal.
I will say I want to see it in the theater because A, movies like that I want to see on a big screen, but B, when I heard it was really long, and those are the kind of movies I want to pay for in the theater because I feel like I'm getting my money's worth.
Bang for your buck. That's true.
Just do what Cameron does. Watch it on your iWatch or your Apple Watch.
Just sitting outside watching on my Apple Watch.
Plus Ridley Scott. I mean, I love him as a director.
Yeah,
it was really good.
This supposedly kind of rekindled his love for sci-fi. So he's going to go back and kind of peek.
I loved what I really liked about it. It was like it was reality. It was the real world, but kind of like vaguely 15 years from now, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Which is interesting too. There was 2 or 3 people in it, right? That were also in Interception or
Interstellar.
Gosh.
Yeah. Coconut oil.
More coconut oil in your coffee.
Yeah, it was excellent. So I thought it was. I mean, you didn't like sci-fi. You hear sci-fi, obviously it's fiction, but it was so based in reality. It was like really plausible, really believable.
Yeah.
Here's my review. I wish they would have cut about 8 minutes from the movie.
Yeah.
The
About
last 8?
No, just about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Just nip and tuck here and there would have been way better. But it's still really good.
No, but I think honestly, like even though we're thinking, it could be a little bit shorter, I feel like movies should move to be a little bit longer if we just mentally prepare and don't go at 9:40 at night, because I think these shows that are coming out have so much plot and character development that it's making movies that are an hour and a half just nothing. So if a movie is like 2.5, 3 hours long, it can be a bit more involved.
I agree with you. I mean, and two, I think they're, obviously you reflect on it. This is the thing. It's a good movie when you're driving home reflecting on it. You're really thinking about it. And I felt like it should be 8 minutes shorter. And I said that to my friend. And then I'm going, but the emptiness and the solitude of what he was going through and the length of the journey and the multiple years that it would take for this to resolve, it's not a quick wang bang, moving thing. So that thing of like, it felt like it was dragging in moments. It was almost like felt very intentional. All right, last music release, Half Moon Run is coming out with Sun Leads Me On. All these themed names. Movies coming out the same day. Jim and the Holograms is coming back for all the 80s kids out there.
Finally.
That's the one we were all clamoring for. It's another one I don't know who it's for, because it's nostalgic for people in their 30s now, but they're not going to go see this movie, and the kids that would be the right age.
And it looks terrible. It doesn't even look good.
Also coming out, The Last Witch Hunter. The last one.
The last one.
We're in a lot of trouble.
Starring Vin Diesel. Of course, he's the last one.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going to take care of the problem.
I get Vin Diesel and The Rock mixed up in my head sometimes.
You
Anybody
and the
else?
rest of the world.
One's an Adonis and one's a little man. Like,
which one's
the Rock? The Rock is huge.
Yeah.
And Vin Diesel's a little man.
He's not like height wise.
His height wise, his bulging muscles are an optical illusion, though. It's a scale thing.
Yeah, and that's why they can't be in a movie together, right?
That's right.
Well, they were in the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, unless it was like a Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger twins type odd coupling thing.
They should do a reboot of Twins with
or
those two.
Vin Diesel could play young Rock. Like in a movie that
like a 7-year-old Rock?
like 7-year-old Rock that then grew into the full-size adult Rock later in the movie.
Or they just jumped right to the sequel of Twins, where Vin Diesel is a doctor who, with the help of The Rock, gets pregnant as a man. Just like the film Junior. But here's the twist. Just like the film Junior, the doctor will speak in an Austrian accent. By the way, he's not from Austria in the movie. He just has the accent.
Also coming out in theaters, Rock the Casbah, the Bill Murray.
So good.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Zoe Deschanel's in it. Kate Hudson's in it. Bruce Willis is in it. Danny McBride is in it. It's going to be good.
So Eddie won't see it.
Why? Because Zoe's in it.
Zoe's in it.
Yeah, Zoe's in it. Yeah. All right, well, that'll do it for entertainment releases. And in case you missed it, and Jesse's Fox update, and us answering a question from a listener.
Look at that.
Stay tuned. Up next, Slices.
Clouds turn black
You're listening to Flagship. The song is I Want You. At the beginning of the podcast here at Casey Hill with Arm's Length. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right. Well, I wanted to bring this story because I don't know, you guys. I am sick and tired of the political divisiveness in this country.
The lamestream media.
Yeah, exactly. It's always fear and us versus them, Trump versus Hillary. I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think we should move to a more civil model, something like is happening that is happening right now in Japan. So right now in Japan, a group of 11 governors and mayors. So to bring 11 of any type of politicians together from different parts of a country, even if they had the same political views, I think in this day and age it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
everyone wants a spotlight. Everyone wants their pet issue. Yeah. In Japan, they've laid it aside for these 11 guys to come together, and they've officially assembled the Japan Ninja Council.
Yes.
These are real politicians.
These are governors and mayors, sitting governors and mayors in Japan.
They legitimately name themselves this, or this is what other people are calling
This is like
them?
the racist name that we're choosing to call this like political party.
Yeah.
No, they have started the Japan Ninja Council. You can go, they actually launched a website, which it's pretty bare bones right now. It's Ninja. It's a great name for a site, ninja-official.com.
Yeah, but bare bones, that's how ninjas are, man.
Yeah.
All you need is
Sneaky.
you need like one stick.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
think there's nothing on the website, and the next thing you know, pop up.
Huge site.
Just
You're
boom.
dead.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, a ninja star hits you in the back of the head because the ninjas are in your house now.
No. Next thing, there's like a computer virus just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just,
Bam.
just takes you down. Yeah.
So they started the Japan Ninja Council because they feel like ninjas were such a cool part of Japanese culture, but in the modern day and age, they're just not getting any attention. So, and they feel like that's a shame because a great part of Japanese cultural history. So the whole point of the Japan Ninja Council is to get powerful people who are politicians who also happen to be super into ninja stuff to form this cool party. And their stated goal is to reignite a ninja boom in Japan leading up to the 2020 Olympics, when the world's eyes will be on the country once again.
This sounds like the plot for the next Ninja Turtle movie.
Jesse, I have to say, I just looked up the website. I'm a little disappointed because there's not much in English. So.
Oh, it's all in Japanese or some kind of coded ninja language I don't know about. I didn't dig that
I think
far
it's
in.
called Japanese.
Yeah.
But they do. The only thing that they have of note on the website is one sweet 3-minute 45-second video, which is literally just a bunch of ninjas doing sweet ninja moves with sweet ninja weapons, while words like ninja pop up on the screen.
No way.
And right in the lower right-hand corner, there's a little ninja star. And if you put the cursor over it, it starts spinning.
Well, that's what you do.
That's great.
So you throw it.
That's how you throw it.
But I mean, they found a way to unite the country.
Yeah.
But political differences. Imagine if America had a ninja council where we could bring our political parties together. Think how much more fun the debates would be if between questions that each candidate had to do a sweet ninja demonstration just like this video.
I think we had that. It's called the Justice League back in the 60s.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
And it went pretty well because we got Superman, Batman out of it. So
I feel like I've got a couple of friends with Japanese heritage, and they get joked about being a ninja a lot, and it annoys them.
It's incredibly racist.
Yeah, it annoys them, and so it seems like Japan isn't helping
Stereotypes.
Stereotypes by like making all their governors and mayors join a ninja council.
What are they wanting to get out of this? This is like a PR stunt, I assume, but to accomplish what?
Nunchucks,
like I
probably.
said, their stated goal is to reignite a ninja boom. It seems pretty simple to me.
I mean, are they like shareholders in like a nunchuck manufacturing plant or something? Like, I mean, there's got to be an ulterior motive.
Not with ninjas.
I mean, there could be some conspiracy that, there's some financial gain to be made in this ninja boom. But it could just be like, look, man, there's no reason that people should be talking about ninjas more.
Yeah, or maybe they think that the world is deathly afraid of ninjas, and it would kind of like make Japan resurge as a
New
world
empire,
power. Yeah.
As a global power.
Yeah.
Ninja Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe it's only Japanese Americans that are offended by the stereotype. Maybe the true Japanese residents love it.
That's true. That could be true. Are these governors and stuff actually doing this sweet ninja moves, or are they just like that it happens and they're watching it?
Well, I'll be honest. In the video, which let me reiterate, is very sweet. The ninjas are obviously in disguise, so who knows behind that?
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, it could be all governors. I just don't know.
That's awesome. Okay, what do you have, Joy?
Okay, this is from Rachel Glavin on Twitter. She got me a great article. Now, I will say it's from 2014. Sure. But it's a study.
Breaking news.
I know, guys. But listen, it's a study, and it was done by people in Yale. So I feel like that kind of makes it official. Okay, so I'm trying my new thing where I like ask a question to start off my slice. When was the last time you cried at something that made you happy?
This is not rhetorical, right? You want to actually know?
Yeah, I actually want an answer.
Cried at something happy?
Cried at something happy.
I last week when I was traveling, I had to Cohen's teacher, his school. They were doing a thing like one day. They wanted all the parents to write a letter about what they love about each kid and like what they see in them and speak into their lives. And like they wanted us to send in a letter to our child. And I was sitting in an airport lounge writing a letter to Cohen. And I'm just sobbing like a baby, but it was more heartwarming than happy.
Yeah.
But that was probably the last time I cried.
Cameron, I thought you were going to give like a twist ending to your story, which was very, sweet and authentic. But I thought you were going to say, so I'm writing this letter to Cohen. And I realized that Auntie Anne's Pretzels was just right there, and I really wanted cinnamon sugar. It was got tears of joy.
Perfect.
I love that you call it Auntie Anne's pretzels.
It's a fancy
What do you call it?
Auntie Anne's.
Okay, this is the debate.
I don't know. Maybe you grew up in England. I don't know. Maybe you did.
I'm just saying there's a U in the word.
Oh, that's true.
All right. Okay, Jesse, you can't get out of this emotional question.
I honestly can't remember the last time I cried because I was happy. I've cried because I was laughing so hard. Does that count?
No. Did you cry when your son was born?
No. I wasn't. I was very happy and still am.
Yeah.
But it's just not in my nature to cry about. And I don't see anything wrong with it. It doesn't elicit that reaction from me personally.
Also, your son came out with a full beard, so I think you're more freaked out than anything else.
His son came out as Will Ferrell in that SNL sketch.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's so hot in there.
Yeah. He really wanted an Auntie Anne's pretzel too.
Dad, pretzel me.
Okay, so basically they wanted to study why it is that we sometimes have reverse emotions to our feelings. So it's like something's happy or great, but then we end up crying.
Right.
But also the other step in that was like violence. And that's where I connected with the research.
Right.
They were talking about like the cuter the baby, like the higher people get like, oh, the baby's so cute. I just want to bite its cheeks off,
Yeah.
And go like, no. I just want to squeeze it. And that's where I think like even they were using the example of babies, and truly they're saying the cuter the baby, like if it has bigger, like doughy eyes and a rounder face, the more violent people get with their like.
I've wondered that many times actually, like people saying, that's so cute, I just want to kill it.
I know, and I relate so strongly with that because we used to have.
Jesse is with the foxes.
Yeah, exactly. We had kittens growing up. We had this cat that just got around in the neighborhood, and we had kittens all the time. And I remember being like, just my jaws would clench so tight because I was afraid I just was going to squeeze it to death. And so what they're saying is it's the two different expressions that have the same origin, like you're happy or it's really cute, they come out because it's a balancing of the equilibrium, like so that you don't go too high or too low. Your body goes, you're really happy right now, we're going to bring in something sad, or we're going to bring in like, isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, that's fascinating. I would have thought that maybe I wanted to kill it because I was threatened by its cuteness or something.
Threatened by its cuteness. But what they didn't talk about my issue with kittens, but they also didn't talk about, and I thought this is probably the same thing, of like when someone tells me something really, really sad or messed up.
You laugh.
I laugh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I know other people that do that. Isn't that?
Yeah, I do that. For sure, I definitely do that.
Well, like, give me an example of something sad that you started laughing at that wasn't funny.
This has happened. Well, for me, Joy, this has happened. Someone has told me that their parent has died, and then I'll smile and be like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm so sorry.
What is wrong with you?
I know.
I was going to say
know.
Jeremiah, I think there's something bad wrong with you, man.
No, there's not, Jeremiah.
messed up.
Listen, I would argue after reading this research, I would argue that maybe Jeremiah and I just feel more than the rest of the people. So we're feeling such empathy.
I agree with that.
That we have to balance it out. Like, truly, I've had the exact same thing. Someone told me about how their mother died very tragically when they were little. And I was so thrown off by like how it happened that I was doing everything. Like I have to start thinking, I have to train myself. Like anytime I know that I'm about to smile or like laugh at like terrible news.
Yeah.
I go back to when I was 11 and we had to put my dog Dusty down.
And then you just lose it. You laugh so hard.
Yeah, and then I laugh so hard.
The height of comedy, Dusty's put down.
I know it is messed up, but this article and this research actually made me feel a little bit more normal. So
yeah, that's crazy.
there you go.
All right, what do you have, JD?
So it's October, and everywhere else in the United States, except for Florida, of course, fall.
Sure.
The signs of fall are coming around. Pumpkin spice everything is there. Cameron, you're suiting up for your Halloween party.
Yeah, I'm checking all the smoke alarms.
Yeah, making sure they're off.
Cleaning the pool.
Jeremiah is prepping for his harvest party.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but here in Florida, we don't get to experience fall, really.
No, we do. It's called January and February.
So maybe in January and February we would experience, but there's a certain aspect of it that we never get to experience because our foliage doesn't allow us to experience.
Yeah.
We don't get any leaves.
Right.
Oh,
There's no
true.
changing
That's
leaves.
true.
There's no falling leaves.
Again, not true. I have a maple tree in my backyard, and every third
you
week in
are
January,
ruining my slice.
third week in January, it turns red for 3 days.
Well, that's because you have a man that comes to your house and spray paints the leaves red,
Right.
just to make it feel.
I do.
better.
I have a spray paint guy. That's true. Yeah.
There's a Boston area man who has decided to help the rest of us that just need a little bit more autumn in our lives. For $19.99, he will ship you a bag full of freshly fallen leaves from his yard.
Oh.
Yeah, he has a website.
Ninja.official.
Ninja leaves. He has a website called shipfoliage.com that launched earlier this year and began sending its first packages of hand-picked leaves to U.S. customers this week. So far, he has hit over 200 sales.
Oh, my.
Wow.
So 200 people have bought a $20 bag of leaves.
How big are these bags? Are they like trash bags?
They don't say, but I'm imagining they're like trash bags. You can select whether you want an assortment of colors or you want all yellow leaves, all red leaves, all orange leaves. The interesting part to me is this isn't his first adventure in this kind of capitalistic endeavor, because last year he shipped snow across the United States.
Like in some kind of cooled, like cooler or something?
Once again, it doesn't state the shipping means.
Trash bag.
Yeah, I do think it would be humorous if you had ordered a $20 order of snow and you just get a once soggy cardboard box on your doorstep.
And there's just like a carrot and 2 charcoal.
Yeah, just left over. It was like, thanks for your business. Please order again. But yeah, so if there are any of our listeners who are in a similar state of being, or,
Arizona.
You know what I could do for the people who are in the dead of winter, and they loved the fall, and they missed the fall.
They missed it.
Third week in January, I got a tree in my yard. I could scoop up those red leaves that were spray painted.
How many customers could you possibly serve, though?
A full bag? 1.5.
1.5. Hey,
So supply and demand.
Yeah.
That's like $600 a bag.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the guy a couple of years ago who started the service, the glitter bombing service.
I remember
right.
that. Yeah.
That guy changed the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got so many orders, he got stressed out about it, and he ended up selling his company because he didn't have the capacity to keep filling them. Basically, his idea was to fill. He would send an envelope full of glitter to anyone you wanted, because as anyone who's got like a glittery greeting card knows, it's really a nightmare.
Yeah,
once glitter is out, it's out. It could be in your house the rest of the time you live there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is my nightmare.
Yeah.
Is receiving a glitter bomb.
I'm always a victim of that, because when I open a letter, I open it on the top, and then I just reach in. I don't even look. I just reach in and I yank out anything that's in there, and that's how that's how I read
everywhere.
my mail. Yeah. And, anthrax glitter. I've been the victim of all.
I'm going to taste this glitter real quick. I just want to be sure it doesn't taste cool.
Curious. This glitter is really white. It's odd, and it doesn't shine at all.
JD,
what kind of glitter is this?
Is this guy? Is this so you can like spread the leaves in your yard, so you can feel like they've fallen down?
No, I think he sends you wax paper with it, so you can press the leaves in between some wax, put it in a book, save the leaves.
Great. No, you put it up in your window, right? And then the light would shine through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think he cares what you do with the leaves.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of.
There's not his problem anymore.
Does he guarantee that the color's still there when it arrives? Because leaves do turn brown
quickly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't have much experience with them.
All aware of the efficiency of the United States Postal Service,
Yes.
so I'm
Right.
sure it gets to its destination relatively quickly. So
Because this guy could be just like putting brown dead leaves in a bag, and then when somebody complains, he's like, "Oh, I don't know, it was colorful when I shipped them."
yeah.
Well,
that's true.
the other thing is, I would like it if he was just sending random people bags of leaves, and that way, like he would send out a big garbage bag full of leaves to just like a random address with no letter or anything, and 3 days later he would wake up in his bed and just have a grin on his face and be like, "Yep, it should be arriving today."
So he's the secret prank that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I mean, he's never going to find out the people's reaction to the leaves, but he knows deep down something funny happened, and he was the cause of it.
Especially if he like sends it to a home where it's just a region that just gets tons and tons of leaves, and that homeowner just raked all the leaves up, and then they get this. I respect his resourcefulness, though, using what he has to make money. I actually made me think I have a job idea for myself. Can I run it by you guys?
Please.
Yeah, it's a Shark Tank situation.
Well, I have about 10 job ideas, and I keep dabbling in different things. But I was trying to think, what's something I could do anywhere?
You could dabble.
Professional dabbler.
Yeah.
So I obviously moved away from doing Love and Respect now. But so I don't necessarily want to fall back into that. But at the same time, I feel like I still have a heart for helping people with relationships. And I was thinking about like anytime I make an appointment with my therapist, because I don't go and see her like consistently. I'm just like, I need to see you now. And then I call and they're like, oh, she's not free for like 2 months.
Sure.
So I was thinking, what if? And one of the other things is that people, when they would write me in relationship questions, I'd always be like, I don't really know the whole situation. I wish I could have a conversation with them. So I was thinking, what if I set up a site where people could, I'm not dubbing myself as a licensed therapist, but I'm just like a relationship coach.
Sure.
And people could like somehow push a button that would like be connected to my phone and be like, are you available now?
Oh.
And if I was on Skype, then I could be like, yes, I'm ready in 15 minutes. Or if I'm not, I could be like, here's my calendar, make an appointment. And then we just talk for as long as they need to talk. And then I follow up with a like, here's what we talked about. Here are your action steps and da-da-da-da-da.
Here, I will tell you this for sure, though, Joy. It's really important that you know. Ninja-official is taken.
Dang it.
So I don't know if you're going to be able to use that for your
How
new
about
site.
Ninja Girl -official?
If you spell girl with a U,
That's a whole. Don't go there.
Hang on, let me check it out. Do not go there, guys. It's,
so technically
It's
you'd be a life coach, right? Isn't that how people
like a life coach hotline.
Question. I have a question. A real question.
Yeah.
You have a penchant for helping others. Why don't you just become a licensed counselor?
school?
Yeah, I hate school. I've taken classes for coaching. I like the coaching approach as opposed to like coaching is like, here's where you're at. Let's talk about some action items. Whereas counseling is more like what happened to you when you were 5.
Yeah.
Right.
So my personality is more like, let's talk about the now. And
that could be your website. Let's talk about the now.com.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And Cameron, can I just add one thing there about being a licensed counselor? I don't understand licenses. If someone wants me to cut their hair in exchange for money, government does not need to be involved. If someone wants me to give them advice and then later compensates me for said advice, end of transaction.
I think it should just be like my name and then like just the is really small, but it's like unlicensed therapist.
That's the thing. Is there anything preventing me from being an unlicensed like dentist? Like if I let people know, hey, I'm going to work on your teeth, but Technically, I don't have a license to pack.
So when does it cross the line? Is it when they give you money? Because I mean, you could volunteer free dentistry for people. I would think.
No, you can. It's not. It's not. It's not the money. It's the disclaimer. I think if you have something that's like, I am not a licensed but you're going to take my advice. You're going to.
I don't know if I could consent to Cameron working on my teeth and then pay him for it legally. It might be the case, but I don't. I think you have to have a license to operate like that.
I think we could set up a Craigslist type website of everybody's unlicensed interest. You have unlicensed dentistry, unlicensed, counseling,
life
coaching. You have to deal with insurance.
Yeah.
See, Jesse, you can't tell me that like if you had a hurt tooth and I came into your house and I was like, okay, I've got this string. I'm going to tie it around it and then we're going to tie it to a doorknob and I'm going to slam this door that I need to be licensed for that.
I sure know my parents weren't licensed and they did that all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would have people come in and be like, it'd be cool. Fangs. I think I can figure it out too.
I got some nail files.
Yeah, you can just file a couple of them down.
Do you guys have a license to practice to be a chiropractor?
I
think so. Yeah,
you do.
I think to call yourself a chiropractor.
Why would you have to be okay? But why would you have to be licensed to be a chiropractor, but not like an acupuncturist? Like the Eastern medicines, it seems like it's a free for all over there.
It seems very arbitrary.
Yeah,
like if you want to work on somebody's body in any way, it's not a government decision.
Like you can't crack their back, but you can stab them with 300 needles.
Yeah, right. You can stick things in their body, and then they'll pay you.
I think you have to be a licensed acupuncturist.
Really?
You can't just, yeah.
But you're out there doling out advice about oils and stuff left and right, like Eastern medicine. You're not licensed.
Yeah.
I am licensed actually in oils.
You are not.
Yeah. I'm not against license. I'm against them being mandatory.
Right.
So you're saying as long as the consumer knows that they have two dentist options, one is licensed and one is unlicensed, it's their choice. The government shouldn't have any say in it.
Yeah, because nobody's stopping all those junior hires and junior high group when they're like, oh, will you crack my back as a way to like get close to each other.
Like, you knew the risk when I injured your back. You know I have no training or school or licenses.
It's the Kramer Elaine situation.
Yeah. What's the worst that can go wrong other than maiming someone inadvertently?
But if they consented to it, that's not your problem.
Yeah, listen, I feel very bad that I injured you horribly. But you knew entering into this what you were getting. Now that'll be $35.
So in sum, basically, I can do this. I just need to be like, you need to sign this document, and my only accreditation is that my dad knows stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or just have a disclaimer on your website. By entering this site, you are agreeing to whatever services I provide.
Yeah.
Completely unlicensed. Welcome to unlicenssedandlovingit.com.
All right, well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Jefferson Bethke. You're listening to Nadine Karina. The song is Crystal Eyes. In his new book, It's Not What You Think, best-selling author and spoken word artist Jefferson Bethke presents God's truths from the Old and New Testament as the challenging and compelling story that it is, a grand narrative with God at the center. In doing so, Bethke reminds readers of the life-changing message of Jesus that turned the world upside down, a world that God's putting back together. Our very own Dargan Thompson recently spoke to him. Here is Jefferson Bethke.
What kind of made you want to write this book?
I was just at a place where I felt like the expressions of Christianity, or at least the truths that I was trying to live in, it just didn't feel like it had a fullness to it. It didn't feel like it made this life matter, that this world mattered, stuff like that. And so then just through my own personal journey and study, I kind of nerd out on history stuff. So I was really digging deep into just context and what's the world of Jesus look like? What did the Roman world, how did that impact Jesus's words and the disciples, and just basically context driven stuff. And every time I would come across a lot of that, basically it just really would light the Bible up to me. I felt like the example I use in the book is kind of like The Giver, where things went from black and white to color, and I didn't even realize color existed. And so that's really what the whole book is about. The premise is really my own personal journey of entering the world of Jesus to understand the words of Jesus is really how I say it. And each chapter is kind of a big idea that I think we've kind of muted or lost or turned to black and white, being 21st century Western Christians. So whether that's Sabbath or kingdom or temple or story, just concepts that we basically have kind of flattened that were very pivotal to really first century believers and Jesus himself.
What might it look like for Christians to present a more accurate depiction of Jesus and not the version that we've created for ourselves?
Well, I think a huge way to get away from it, which kind of I think maybe answers that question a little bit, is to really, really fight hard to depart from individual Christianity. I just think that's, the more I read the scriptures, the more I see that like God's vision for humanity is not to get a bunch of people saved, but it's to make a new family. I mean, that's literally Genesis to Revelation. Adam and Eve had this mission, they failed, and then you have Noah, but I would say specifically Abraham becomes this really iconic figure of God's going to put the world back together through a family. That's the promise. That's what the Jewish people hold on to. That is God's way to restore the world. And so we just make it so much more about like individual salvation, when really, when we come together as a community and realize that the main way God wants us to live is to live as a new people, a new family, or the phrase Paul uses in Ephesians is new humanity. And I think when we do that, it is able to kind of neutralize a lot of the things that happen when we live in an individualistic Christianity, because we're just kind of, there's just no bearings, if that makes sense. So the more I feel like we look at the scriptures and say, what does the new humanity look like? How do we live as the people of God here in this place and time? I've noticed kind of almost starts to, like, it's not even going directly at that question, but it just kind of naturally starts to happen, where I feel like we start representing Jesus well and better than if we were to just think about it individualistically. Because there's a little bit more accountability. If everyone's just living their own version of Jesus, that's just like crazy, and it just has a lot of different representations.
In writing and researching this book, were there any like big surprises for you in what you discovered, as opposed to what you've learned through growing up in Christianity?
The one I talk about in chapter 1 that's really personal to me is, I grew up with kind of the gospel bracelets, right, where it has like the 5 colors, and it's the really easy way to communicate the gospel. I'm blanking on the colors and the correlation, but most people know what I'm talking about when I say that, where it has like, black for sin, and then like, white, Jesus cleanses you so you're white, and it's kind of like the progression of the gospel. It's usually meant for like people who don't speak English, so it's like a second language way to talk about the gospel. But I grew up with that, and what it subtly does is, if you look at those bracelets, the whole gospel presentation that we're using the bracelets for to communicate is that it starts with sin. Like literally black is the first color on the bracelet. So we're telling everyone, like that's just usually even the guy on the street corner too, right? It's like, you are a sinner, you need Jesus. Well, that's just not the narrative of the scripture. The narrative of scripture, like Genesis 1 and 2, I think if Christians get those books right, it changes their faith. I think if Christians, or those chapters, right? I mean, it's the most misunderstood and also the most needed in the church right now. And so, yes, there's sin. Yes, there's black. But the better story, the bigger story is shalom and God's vision for the cosmos, including us, that we're image bearers, that the first voice over us was not condemnation, but was a voice of love and joy, and my child walking in the garden with his creatures, the humans. And so when you start there, it's a whole different story, right? When you start with sin, or if you start with image bearer of God, that really puts you on a very different trajectory. So I would say that's one big thing for me, is I feel like, and the way I put it in the book, which I've heard kind of, pastors talk about before, is like, are you a Genesis 1 or a Genesis 3 Christian? Meaning, are you primarily defined by sin, or primarily defined by, the most primal voice over you, which is your identity in God as an image bearer? And sin comes, and sin really fractures everything, and you can't be put back together by yourself, but the story's bigger and better when you start in Genesis 1 and 2. So I would say that's a huge one. I would say that one, I just didn't hear that. Genesis 1 and 2 when I grew up was very much like, this is the battleground for debate on evolution versus creation. This is, and so then it kind of was like, well, everyone who wanted to talk about something different there got really nervous. You know what I mean? It was like, it only got used for that. So then let's just go to Genesis 3, you're a sinner. And I get it, because Genesis 2 also are zoomed in on the human condition, not the cosmos like Genesis 1. And so I just see why we could do that, but I don't know, I've just seen a lot of damage from it. And so I think, yeah, that's one huge thing, is when we tell the story well, rather than zoom in on a bunch of facts, it really creates a totally different faith, in my opinion, or expression, of faith.
So when people read this book, what's kind of your hope that they walk away? What are their next action steps? What do you hope they walk away thinking about and feeling?
When people finish this book, I really want them to feel like Christianity is bigger, better, more joy-filled, more celebratory, and even a little bit more mysterious than they've ever thought. I think sometimes we get kind of almost bored or like disenchanted with our worldview of Christianity, because I feel like it's kind of like a flimsy, floppy version, if that makes sense. And so I feel like really, that this life matters, that meals matter, that how you treat your wife and kids matters, your finances matter, because we're showing that we're that new people, that new humanity, and your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. And so that just really gives a vibrancy and kind of like almost like a spine to Christianity. And so that's what I would hope with it. They would just be so much more, they would realize how much bigger of a story it is, and that it's so compelling, and God's really wooing us day by day by day into his new world and into his love. So that's, and then also kind of a little bit of a side note is usually a little bit of biblical illiteracy too. I really feel like my hope with all my stuff, videos, books, etc., is to really bring people to love the scriptures and to really feel like there's so much more there that we haven't dug into, and that really is where we need to keep going for our whole life, is to stay near the scriptures, look through the scriptures, not because they're just words on a page, but because they testify about Jesus. So yeah, that's what I would say my hope for the book is.
That was Jefferson Bethke. Find out more at jeffbethke, BETHKE.com. You're listening to Springtime Carnivore. The song is Name on a Matchbook. The Brilliance is a creative worship duo comprised of David Gunger and John Arndt. They create beautiful, complex worship music that's unlike anything else out there. They came by the studio a few months ago and performed a few songs for us, and we played 2 of them on the show right after they were here. But now we're premiering the videos of those performances on Relevant TV and in our YouTube channel. So we are playing the 3rd song, because they did 3 today. It's just so good. We didn't want you to miss it. Performing Does Your Heart Break from their album Brother. Here is The Brilliance.
When the walls fell and the hungry child cried out for help, did you hear the sound? Did your heart break? Does your heart break now. Cannot feel it in my soul. I cannot see. I'm alone. Can the blind have sight? Have sight? When you see us all alone, can you hear your people, Lord? Can the blind have sight? Have sight? You are choking me, and he cried out, I cannot breathe. Did your heart break? Does your heart break now? Does your heart break? Does your heart break? Does your heart break? When the heart breaks,
Does your heart break?
That was The Brilliance. Check out their album Brother. It's available anywhere music is sold.
Won't you take me there, floating in the air, like a solitaire, night waking up, when the night is young, moving like we're one, dance until it's done, night waking up. Looking when you're on the way, stay here. I'll wait 1,000 years for you. I don't wanna have to wait. Stay here. I don't wanna have to wait for you. Take me.
You're listening to Mr. Little Jeans. The song is Waking Up. It would be very tough to sleep very long if you're wearing little jeans.
Little
You know what I'm
jeans.
saying?
Ah.
That's basically every guy who goes to my church. Just little tiny jeans.
They have very tiny jeans.
They've gotten smaller, I think. Yeah, or the guys are getting bigger and the jeans stay the same size. Yeah.
So you're saying it's more in jegging territory at this point?
I mean, there are some. Yeah, I know it's jegging. I think that there's a couple of those as seen on TV ones where it's actually like pajama jeans, and
Yeah,
it's
I
like the
haven't touched them yet.
stretchy spandex. They look like jeans, but they like leggings.
Yeah.
But they're super comfy. I think that's what's all the rage now at our church.
Comfortability.
Do you wear them on stage?
No.
You're in the worship band.
I am.
We call you Mr. Little Jeans when you're up there. Oh, Mr. Little Jeans is playing today. Oh, I love that group. No, it's John David wearing tight pants.
Lift your hands, everyone. Let's worship the Lord.
It's time for your feedback. Last week, we asked you what are some of the creative Halloween costumes that you're doing, or maybe some suggestions for the cast. You guys had a few good ones. I liked them. You guys went over to the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. You also hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. Here's a few of our favorites.
I loved Ross Montgomery's. I'm a Spice Girl fan, and he said to wear a Spice Girl outfit, except for everything is completely orange, even your skin, and then you've created pumpkin spice. Good.
Pumpkin
Nice.
spice.
Yeah.
That's good.
He also said rip up some old clothes, get them dirty and worn looking, and boom, you're a Florida man or woman.
Tate Randall said that we initially put a prohibition on podcast references, but this was a national news story. Go as the down and out former toll booth employee who's now struggling to make ends meet. Hang around Eddie for the majority of the evening. Matt Downer said that you and Eddie, Cameron, should wear identical shirts as seen in Valet. Turn up 3 hours late to the party and apologize repeatedly for being late because you were blocked in.
I would like to see Cameron and Eddie in matching costumes, regardless of what
Eddie's
it
not
was.
coming to the party, so it wouldn't land. We're like, oh, really, this is awesome. Eddie's
Eddie's
he's dressed like this, but he's at his house. So
he's at Jeremiah's harvest party.
Cutting wheat.
well, there's a lot more. I haven't seen the one yet. I'm stressed out.
The one.
Well, there's still more time.
You know who always has great costumes every year? Mr. John David Harris.
Yeah, it happens.
He and his wife and his child are always thematically linked.
It's true.
Oh, okay.
So good.
It's true.
Yeah.
Can you reveal what it is this year?
No.
Does
I
yours
can't.
Why?
work without the other people?
The reason I can't is because I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh,
I'm being ridiculously hard on myself this year.
Are you going
And I
as-
don't know why.
because did I talk you into coming to the party?
Probably. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a wave of expectations.
Well, right. And the trick for me is, so I need a costume that will work for my wife, my 18-month-old son,
Yeah.
and I together.
Yeah, doing
But
the family thing,
The family
and
thing.
then the late night thing,
And then the late night
minus
thing.
the kid.
Right. And I don't want to
Yeah.
get two costumes because that's just expensive.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
much.
Why can't you just keep your kid in like a backpack thing and let him fall asleep?
Because I don't live in Portland.
Touche.
The coconut oil will have rubbed off by then.
He could be a little coconut.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. One year we came as I was a giraffe and my wife was a safari guide.
Yeah.
It was
And if you ever seen John David in real life, you see his physique, you immediately
You think
giraffe.
giraffe, yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Well, that's the strange part about the costume is there was no neck to this. That's the one thing about a giraffe.
But it was like
their single identifying feature.
It was like the giraffe onesie PJs that you got.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Well, this is another one that we didn't talk about, but this is a team effort. If you're looking for something, JD.
Oh,
It's,
nice.
It gets edgy.
Like you and your squad.
Oh,
What
yeah.
was this?
My crew.
Squad goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is a little edgy. But one goes as Kermit, one goes as Franklin Graham, and anyone else goes a Muppet protester.
Nice.
I mean, you get add as many people as you want to the costume.
That's good. That's true.
Yeah.
Joy, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I think we're going to be doing the Will Ferrell and Rachel Dratch when they're in the hot tub.
That's right.
no.
Yeah.
Nice.
But we're just going to get like a kiddie pool and like cut out the bottom. And then like somehow have like suspenders or something that'll keep it up, and then they have the cooler of like cured meats.
Oh, yeah.
Joey, let me ask you this. When does construction begin? Because this seems pretty elaborate.
I know.
I mean, like, once you make the entrance, well, number one, how do you go in through a door with the kiddie pool?
We'll just stay in the front yard or the
Yeah,
backyard.
that's it. You're not going to have a fun party. You got to, like, stand in this.
Yeah.
Actually, we're only going to go to parties that actually have a hot tub in their backyard, and then we'll just stay there.
Have you guys thought through bathroom breaks yet?
Diapers.
Oh, great.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But the pool-proof kind.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Right.
No, I will say Matt's sister is like super into costumes, and one of the best costumes I think she did when she was in college, and she wore a hospital gown.
Mm-hmm.
And she's super tiny and short, and she wore a hospital gown, and then had a friend who he was like 6'4", and he just wore a diaper like he was a baby. And then they had this really long like telephone cord in between them. And so she had just given birth, and so anywhere that they were in the party, like she might be in one room and he would be in another, but they always had the umbilical cord.
Well, now we know what Eddie and Cameron's outfits.
Yeah,
gonna be.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you for the idea.
Yeah.
perfect.
You're welcome.
Done.
All right. Okay, that'll do it for last week's feedback. It's time for this week's.
Editorial question of the week. Hey.
Well, earlier in the show, Jesse brought us the tale of his squatter, the fox.
Oh, foxtail. Cool. I get it. Nice.
He brought us the tale of the fox.
Nice.
And that's it. He had chopped it off as it was running. And he mailed it to us in a bag with leaves. It was really weird.
It's really strange.
Yeah. So it got us thinking about stories. We've all had animals intrude our homes or apartments or dorm rooms from time to time, and we've had to resolve them. We want to know your craziest animal story of an animal that came where it shouldn't be.
Animal invasions.
When I was in college, same dorm building, Jesse was talking about the side of the building had like a trellis, like a honeycomb type trellis that went up in front of all the windows. And I left my window open. It was a nice spring day.
Sure.
It was cracked open. Came back in my room. There's a squirrel on my bed.
That's nice.
That was actually Jesse. It was a prank.
Jesse just did that.
Gotcha. A long con.
Long
finally
time. 20 years
pays off.
later.
Oh, how sweet it is.
I thought I had a possum in my roof.
Oh.
Like in the attic. Because you could
go
hear
up
it,
there?
you could scratch it. Yeah, I kept looking for it and we couldn't find it, and so I actually rigged up a trap for it. I had taken.
What would that entail?
Well, I thought the possum was inside the air duct. So
If I was a possum, that would be where it's air
it's
conditioned,
safe.
nice and cool.
Nice and cool. So I removed one of the grates from it and from the air duct and took the filter out and replaced the grate, but I didn't latch it. So any kind of weight that would land on the grate would just open up.
So he's just wandering around up there.
Wandering around, and all of a sudden, boom, down.
I mean, that's the basic concept of trapping a bear or any large game in the woods.
Yeah,
exactly.
same
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
So I put some apples up there and stuff, try to trap it. Hours later, I kept
You
hearing
just had a
it,
roach problem.
It just never happened. It turned out to be a rat.
Oh,
Even worse.
Rat.
In the duct or in the
In the roof.
engine?
It wasn't in the duct. It was walking on top of the duct. But there was definitely an hour of me standing near the duct with a giant broom about to shoo the possum.
That's some dedication.
Yeah.
And plus, I feel like you've dedicated that much time and effort, and yet the only thing you have is a shoeing broom.
Yeah.
He went to the Ninja website and got
I was
licensed.
going to say, there's all manner of things.
Yeah, I mean, a possum, those are pretty big things. I mean, it's like thud, thud, thud.
Yeah.
It's not the sound of a little rat. Just
No, well, when we got the rat, because we got him with one of them rat trap things.
Right.
Sure. A hammer.
The exterminator came by to confirm that was
Confirm
the one.
the kill, yeah.
Confirm the
Mhm.
kill.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, you got the daddy." Was what
Oh.
he said. And it was
It
like
was
a
a bigger
New York subway style.
Ooh, Master Splinter.
Yeah, we got Splinter.
Yeah.
Or maybe the guy was just really dumb and it was a small baby
His little
possum.
baby possum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a bad. He's an unlicensed exterminator.
Yeah.
Unlicensed exterminator. Exactly.
He was like, "Now we're all clear on the fact that I don't have a license, so I'm going to go up there and
But
tell you."
I'll get your possum.
Yeah, I'll get your possum.
Yeah, let me go back to my supply truck. He just comes back with a shoeing broom. You literally just hear him wander in the attic, go shoo, shoo, shoo.
What? Wait,
That's what happens when you go with an untrained, unlicensed exterminator. It's more natural methods, which is mainly just locking a man in your attic and letting him scream for a while. Listen, I saved a little money on the Terminex guy. But let's just consider our termite problem long gone. You just hear a guy in your house going, "Ah!" They don't want any part of this situation. How would you like somebody crawling into your home and just screaming? I'll tell you right now, it's very unpleasant because there's a man here screaming. The termites don't like it either.
Oh man. Okay, if you want to tell us your animal invasion stories, hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, or you can post your longer replies on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com.
Cameron, that is especially dangerous for you since you don't have smoke alarms. Because if I was an unlicensed exterminator, I think the second thing I would jump to is try to quote unquote smoke them out.
Yeah, smoke bombs. Oh, for sure. He has them left over from like the fireworks tents July 4th.
Yeah.
So they're a little stale, but they get the job done.
Yeah.
Now, sir, this may sound dangerous and unconventional, and when I tell you that I've never attempted it before, it's the truth. But I'm going to try to light a small fire in your crawl space, see if we can't smoke out some of these rats or whatever's in there. Now, I will be screaming because that's another one of my methods to shoo them away. I may also be burning to death under there because there'll be an open fire under the home. I did tell you I'm not licensed.
2 hours later, as the blaze is being contained by the fire department outside, he's standing across the street just watching.
It's also an unlicensed fire department, so that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole other thing.
They're doing silly string. It's like, this is very expensive.
Super soakers.
All right, there you go. Many thanks to Parachute for sponsoring this week's show. Go to parachutehome.com/relevant, and Parachute will give you free shipping on your first order for non-toxic, high-quality linens and bedding and wonderful stuff for your new mattress.
Yep.
And until you do that, sleep in fear.
Thanks also to Jefferson Bethke for talking to us. Make sure to check out his new book, It's Not What You Think, out now. And you can find out more at jeffbethke.com. And thanks to the Brilliance. Remember to check out the videos of all their performances on the Relevant YouTube channel and over on relevant.tv. And their album Brother is available everywhere music is sold. While you're at YouTube, subscribe to our channel. You'll see we got just a feed of stuff happening over there. Excerpts, performances, good stuff. And if you didn't catch the 10-year anniversary show, it's there in its entirety. And get the magazine. You can subscribe right now at relevantmagazine.com. It's only $1 a month. And the new issue is shipping soon. It's shipping now, actually. You'll get it if you subscribe now. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
John David Harris.
I'm Jeremiah Dunlap.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Joey Eggridge.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Connect with us on Twitter at Relevant Podcast and get bonus material from this episode and more at the podcast section on relevantmagazine.com. And don't forget to check the magazine out. It's available on newsstands and at the iTunes App Store, or you can subscribe online at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
That's what you get for trees.
What's the worst that can go wrong other than maiming someone inadvertently?